Welcome to Romania. Many people know about your work, about your technology, especially Maghraf technology, but a lot of very few of them know what's all this about. Could you just very quickly give us the essence of this technology?
Maghraf stands for magnetic gravitational, which means a plasma absorbs or gives. And every plasma has the both. It has to give and take. And so now we work on this. When one gives, how much it gives that the other one can accept. And when they can't find the balance, they distance themselves till they find a balance that they can give to the others, that they can receive what they want to receive and give. And that's what the plasma technology is, what we call Maghraf, magnetic gravitational.
Actually, your research is basically in an entire new field, and it's one that is little known or quite difficult to assimilate with the physics knowledge that it's acquired usually in the current schooling system. Are we actually witnessing a revolution in science?
We think so. It's not a revolution, it's going to the next step of knowledge. It's an accumulation of what we learned from the past. Without the atomic, we couldn't become nuclear. Without the molecular, we couldn't become atomic. Now, we know our nuclear, we gone into the center of the nuclear, which is the plasma. So we are teaching with the essence of the creation where everything starts.
What is the reaction of the scientific community to this technology?
Those who understand it, they give their life for it. And those who understand it and they know it means no more titles like doctors and PhDs for what they did, they oppose it because then they can't have income. Once we came across a guy, he said, he's the head of university, he said, if I don't oppose it, I lose my title as head of university. So I have to say no, but I know in my heart you are correct.
What makes this technology actually different than the Wendelstein 76 nuclear fusion reactor known as the Stellar reactor conducted in Germany, which has the same purpose actually as your generator, to produce free energy?
Free energy doesn't exist. Anybody uses a free energy term has to rethink the word. Where there is an energy that we can get, it's just finding how we can tap into the universal energy. The work of the other scientists is needed to add to the knowledge. We can't say they're wrong. We are all part of the structure. We are all part of what we need to be. And so it's not that they're wrong, it's just that we are not there to be able to explain to them, for them to understand freely. And it's our job to explain. Most of them change because they see the difference.
Often after inventors show to the public a working prototype, for example, the patent is bought by someone and that invention disappears well hidden in a drawer. The way you make these discoveries available to the entire humanity is surely unusual. Could you please describe a little this approach? Why did you choose this collaborative way?
It's the only way. I always say the knowledge of God is free. Who is there to patent it? If there was a patent, God would have sent one himself down. We haven't seen any, so we use it. It's the way I come from a lifestyle which I never needed to be worried about it. So, and I've seen more now. The more I give, the more I receive. So to me, it's natural. It's sharing it. The other people benefit by it, and there are those who see their position in danger, so they oppose it. But patent didn't exist. None of us was born with a patent on our tail when we came, because we are all unique. Anybody wants to make a copy of us, so why should we patent it?
Is there a danger that this technology might be misunderstood, misused? What could be the risks?
The only risk is for those who are used to abuse, and now they see they can't abuse, and they have objected to it. But in reality, there is no danger, because with this technology, you only take what you need. You don't force it, you cannot give it. It's what I say, it's like a love. I always explain. You can give as much love to someone, but if they're not there to receive it, they can't get it. But if somebody is there receptive to it, you share it. So there is no danger, there is no harm with it. If it doesn't suit us a certain time, we have to move on to find out what it suits us better. But the new science, the new technology, is being shared in a way that we see people who think like us are around us. And those who think different way, they try to find a way to block us. We have a case with a gentleman called Delanois. He's a police officer in the Belgian police force, high ranking. He's been appointed to destroy me. He is part of Kortrijk police force. He's been paid, appointed by King of Belgium to kill me and my family. Now we have more evidence, and they've got a prosecutor who works with him. We were waiting for the prosecutor to appear. Now he's put his head out. Now we all know how they poisoned me, how this Mr. Delanois, police force of Kortrijk, has assassinated many scientists. That's his job. And he works only for the King of Belgium. And all my poisoning, the 3 times blowing off the car, everything was appointed by him. Now they find a new thing. They issued a false paper as a warrant looking. It says I'm a terrorist. Now I became a terrorist. And now, terrorist for whatever, Interpol rejected it. And now we have this Mr. Delanois. He is now come up with a new case. For 7 years he's been trying to kill me. And he is like what I call the devil on earth. That's what it's called, Delanois, the devil himself. But they can't stop. They cannot stop. When a king comes to see you to beg for his life, the King of Belgium did, we published this paper that he wants the technology, it means they're desperate. They know the change has come. So what we see, especially with this police officer, he's been given such a high rank, nobody asks a question, but now Interpol start asking questions. Why an officer issues a warrant as a terrorist and does not give it to the rest of the world to see? Because it was just to harass people in Belgium. His boundary is his own country. And we see this, what you call it, Illuminatis, your people here are forced to it. Now we see with the police of Belgium, and his paid job. The guy has been paid 24 hours a day to intimidate people, to kill. We found 5 people he's killed now. And his name is Delanois. He's the highest ranking police officer in Belgium. And we know so much about how he killed, who is killed. And we shared information with the police. Now the police is protecting us. European police has put heavy protection against one officer who's been paid to kill.
So eventually, as our yoga professor Gregorian Bivolar is telling us all the time, the good will prevail.
In a way it will. It has no choice. But my wife and I, years ago, we decided we know we're doing right. And we stood poisoning of me, my son and my wife. We stood 3 exiles, but we're still there. The world governments have opened their eyes, and sooner or later this one man, one king who wants to be the owner of the knowledge, he'll go to prison. He's raped many, even Romanian children. He'll be now there trying to cover themselves. We have no problem, we share the knowledge. And it's time to stand to open the book, who's behind what, how they're stealing technologies. That you submit a patent and they take the patent and write a copy of it by the boss. And then they intimidate the guy, you give it to us or we kill you. So most of the people give up, I don't.
And as a conclusion of our meeting today, how do you see the future evolution of this revolutionary technology?
In a short time we'll be in a space, the true way. And the way I've designed it, it will not be bounded by nations, by countries. We all go together, we will be a position that once is released, the way we are planning to do it, now is in the hand of governments. It's the same as what I did with my patent, my information. I put it on the key and I gave it to the governments. For 2 years they would not release it, they held on to it. And then I released it to the public. We given the space technology for 7, 8 years plus 10 years to governments. I build the units for governments. And they have it, they use it. And now I think it's the time to release it to public. Every one of us have to have a choice, wants to be here or wants to go outside, see how it is, or choose a space as a bigger home. And this is coming up now with the situation in Ghana, situation in 2 other Middle Eastern countries. The technology is coming in the hand of people. We have no problem.
Thank you very much for sharing with us so much information, your kindness and all this knowledge. And looking forward to see you again here or somewhere else. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you indeed.
I would like to ask you about the reaction of the scientific community to this technology. What's your feedback on this?
The reaction is no good because a lot of people want to create a problem to us. Even in dangerous case like problem with the ambient and so on, they don't want to test it. So when we talk about this, create only a problem, a bad article on the news and so on, because they have a fear of technology. But this is no problem for us.
And still you are continuing.
What?
And still you are continuing your work.
Yeah, yes, no problem, no problem. I make a big effort for this because with all the problems that this person created to me, I push too much for go with more speed and solve this kind of problem.
Tell me what motivates you, what's your drive to continue under all these circumstances and all these pressures that are put on you and all of the other members of Keshe Foundation?
This kind of pressure, I think that it's one man can live in two different ways the life. One is the normal life, and the other one is the life of the soul. So if a person chooses the soul like a way, there is no doubt, no pressure, no problem, because we are here for make what the soul asks to us.
So this collaborative approach of Mr. Keshe, it's actually very suitable for you as well. It's very much on your heart, let's say so.
Yes, yes. Before I made all other work. I was a businessman, but I study and teach meditation because studied 30 years with Master of Consciousness, and arrive a period that I stopped all because I feel that felt something wrong, and so I understood that was necessary to do another way, and so I received information that there is no evolution if I have only evolution of my soul, and we are all connected, and technology can help humanity to evolution, because if the people don't have the problem of the bill, can spend more time to the spirit, and from that time I start to study technology and receive the information of the Keshe, and what the information that I receive during the meditation are the same that I found when talk with Mr. Keshe, and so I start to follow. When I understood that Italy can lose a lot of knowledge, I left my work and I start to study technology and start to teach and help Sir Keshe more possible for grow up in Italy and here too.
It's a very hard work and dedication required from you.
Yes.
From this point of view now, as a conclusion of our interview, what lies in the future for you? What do you see, how things will evolve? Considering this technology and everything that's happening right now, how do you see the future now?
The future is, I can explain now my idea of the future, but in a simple way, I can say this: when we start to come here in in Bucharest, I see, and I say to Mr. Keshe this, that the airport was empty and all arrows of light in the sky of spaceship. And what I say now to Zoru, to Zoli, Julian and so on, is necessary that we start to keep in touch, to make research for spaceship, for the health, and for the manufacturing here. So we are in the future. And I think that is the best conclusion that we can say.
Thank you very much for your time and for sharing your insights with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you. See you soon.